10 electric cars that dealers can't sell. Certain EV models are finding it difficult to keep up with the market's rapid growth, leaving dealerships with unsellable inventory. Not all electric vehicles have been successful in capturing consumers' interest or retaining their loyalty, despite the growing hoopla around EVs. Due to their antiquated technology and short range, these vehicles are frequently eclipsed by more recent, sophisticated models that offer improved efficiency and performance. Many dealerships are therefore left with inventory that is rapidly becoming less valuable and appealing. However, why is it so hard to market these EVs? 10 electric vehicles that have fallen behind in the rapidly changing industry will be discussed in this video, along with their differences from the more well-liked EVs of today and the reasons why it's now nearly impossible to get them off dealer lots. Whether it's poor range or battery problems, these vehicles have encountered some difficult obstacles. 1. Smart ForTwo Electric Drive. The Smart ForTwo Electric Drive is a small, city-oriented electric vehicle made for congested city streets. A few major problems prevented it from gaining popularity in the used automobile market, despite the fact that its compact size made it an excellent choice for city driving. Its limited range of only 58 miles was its main flaw, making it unsuitable for longer excursions and limiting its appeal to anyone looking for a more adaptable EV. The ForTwo Electric Drive was introduced by Smart as a reasonably priced and useful city vehicle. Microcars were not very popular though, and buyers soon shifted to more comfortable and long-range cars. Additionally, purchasers seeking a more spacious option were turned off by its small interior. Due to the ForTwo Electric Drive's rapid depreciation in the used market and dealership difficulties selling it, was left behind when more capable electric vehicles hit the market. 2. The Mitsubishi MiEV. That one of the first mass-market electric vehicles, the Mitsubishi MiEV was introduced in the United States in 2012. However, it was a failure. In comparison to other electric vehicles that had a substantially higher range on a single charge, its range of just 62 miles made it one of the least viable solutions for daily use, despite its affordability and compact size. Furthermore, the MiEV's boxy shape and low-quality inside materials turned off American buyers who were starting to get used to more upscale and fashionable electric cars. Mitsubishi's poor marketing strategies also contributed to the MiEV's decline as a popular EV vehicle. Dealers had trouble moving inventory, and the MiEV was one among the most difficult EVs to sell despite being a pioneer due to its short range and ugly characteristics. 3. The Nissan Leaf First Generation. When the Nissan Leaf debuted in 2010, it was among the first widely available electric cars. Even though it was revolutionary at the time, dealers found it challenging to market the first-generation Leaf due to several issues. One of the main problems was battery degradation, as many owners reported a noticeable drop in range after only a few years. This caused prospective purchasers of used EVs to become concerned about the increased expenses associated with battery replacement. With the introduction of newer, longer-range EVs, the first-generation Leaf's 73 to 90 miles range soon proved to be insufficient. Upon the launching of the second-generation Leaf in 2018, the previous models had become less appealing. Because of their limited range and battery issues, dealers found it difficult to move these cars because they were seen as antiquated and unreliable. 4. Ford Focus Electric. Among Ford's initial attempts at entering the electric vehicle industry was the Focus Electric. It was marketed as a substitute for the Focus's gasoline engine when it was released in 2012. However, the Nissan Leaf and Chevrolet Volt, two better-known EVs, significantly eclipsed the Focus Electric. In a market that was changing quickly, one of the main issues was its limited range of only 76 miles on a full charge, which made it less useful than rivals. Its problems were further compounded by its slow charging times and antiquated technology in comparison to more recent EVs. Customers were more likely to choose Focus electric vehicles with more range and quicker charge times, so many dealers had trouble finding buyers for their used units. In 2018, Ford canceled the Focus Electric, further contributing to its devaluation. 5. Fiat 500e. The Fiat 500e was a compact, eccentric electric vehicle that was popular with city people seeking an environmentally friendly choice when it was introduced in the United States in 2013. However, the 500e encountered major market obstacles in spite of its small size. For many prospective consumers, its limited range of only 80 miles on a single charge was less practical than that of rivals like the Nissan Leaf and Chevrolet Volt. American consumers didn't like the car's Eurocentric style, and its diminutive size made it even less appealing. Due to restricted supply, dealers also had trouble getting enough units into the hands of purchasers. The 500e's appeal was also lessened at the time by the absence of a widely available charging infrastructure. Despite marketing efforts, the automobile did not sell well, leaving many dealers with unsold inventory. 6. The BMW i3. An ambitious attempt was made to develop a futuristic electric car with the 2013 launch of the BMW i3. Although its use of carbon fiber reinforced plastic and distinctive design made it stand out, many consumers were unimpressed with its unusual interior layout and styling. The car's quirky, boxy appearance attracted attention, but many buyers didn't like it. The i3's price was still another significant problem. Starting at about $45,000, it was marketed as a high-end EV. Its 80 to 100 miles one charge range was disappointing, though, in comparison to other EVs available at the time. Because of the high price and small selection, dealerships had a difficult time persuading customers to buy. Although some luxury consumers valued its novel features, the i3 was one among the more difficult EVs to sell because it was not well liked by the general public. 7. Let's start with the Chevrolet Spark EV. In 2013, the Chevrolet Spark EV, a little electric hatchback, made its debut with the goal of providing an inexpensive entry into the electric vehicle market. Although its low price enticed purchasers at first, dealers found it difficult to sell due to a number of important concerns. The most obvious issue was its limited range, which was only 82 miles per charge, which was significantly less than the ranges of more well-known EVs at the time. Its limited range made it difficult to sell to people looking for a daily driver who could manage longer commutes. The Spark EV also has antiquated technologies installed. Rivals with superior performance, more recent features, and longer range, such as the Nissan Leaf, had already seized the lead. Many prospective purchasers found it inconvenient because of the absence of charging infrastructure at the time, which was another barrier. Despite its low price, these factors combined to make the Spark EV a struggling vehicle with unsold inventory on dealership lots. 8. The first-generation Kia Soul EV. Kia made its debut in the electric car industry in 2014 with the release of the first-generation Kia Soul EV. The first-generation Soul EV was inexpensive and had a unique design, but its range of barely 93 miles was insufficient to compete with the newer models that were coming out. Additionally, its technology soon became antiquated as many buyers shifted to cars with improved energy economy and more sophisticated infotainment systems. It was challenging for dealers to move these cars because of their short range, outdated technology, and the arrival of better alternatives. Although the first-generation Soul EV was still mainly unsellable in the used market, the second-generation model was greatly improved upon when it was released in 2020. 9. Hyundai Ioniq Electric, available before 2020. Though its older variants before 2020 had problems that affected their popularity in the used car market, the Hyundai Ioniq Electric is a good automobile. The Tesla Model 3 and the Chevrolet Bolt, which offered far greater ranges for comparable prices, outperformed it despite having a respectable 124 miles range. The Ioniq Electric's outdated infotainment system and inferior interior materials, in addition to range issues, making it less appealing than other EVs that were just hitting the market. Because of this, older Ioniq Electric models were frequently hard for dealers to sell. Prior to 2020, Ioniq EVs were less attractive and depreciated more quickly than current versions due to the market's transition toward longer-range, feature-rich vehicles. 10. Chevrolet Bolt EV models prior to 2020. When it debuted in 2017, the Chevrolet Bolt EV was heralded as a groundbreaking car with an amazing 238 miles of range at a reasonable cost. A huge battery recall, however, presented a considerable obstacle for models prior to 2020. An urgent recall was issued by General Motors due to a flaw in the battery cells that raised the risk of fires. Because of this, second-hand automobile buyers were extremely concerned about possible battery problems and safety hazards. Early on, the Bolt was a popular option, but the recall hurt its reputation, making pre-2020 models difficult to sell. Dealers have trouble selling these cars because many buyers were reluctant to buy an automobile that might still be linked to safety issues. Although the recall has been resolved, the older Bolt EV's resale value is still negatively impacted by the stigma that still surrounds them. Conclusion: as the EV industry develops further, some models have found it hard to stay relevant, which makes it challenging for dealerships to sell them on the used market. Whether because of their short range, antiquated technology, or unfavorable market reception, these electric vehicles frequently remain on dealership lots for long stretches of time. Selling these cars frequently necessitates large price reductions, marketing, or even creative financing on the part of the dealers. Given how quickly technology is developing, it is obvious that not all electric cars will remain popular for very long. Let us know in the comments what you think about the 10 electric cars that dealers can't sell, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.